people don't feel your words, they will never follow your voice. That one truth changes everything. Most people talk just to be heard, but leaders speak to be remembered. The difference isn't in volume. It's not loudness. It's not charisma. It's not how many words you use. The real difference is presence, clarity, certainty, and the quiet strength behind every sentence you choose. Think about this. You've been speaking your entire life, but how many times has your voice actually moved someone? How many times did your words stop a room, shift a decision, change a moment, or make people listen without being asked? If the answer is not often, it's not because you're not confident enough. It's not because you're not smart enough. It's not because your voice is too soft. It's because no one ever taught you how to speak with quiet power, how to project strength without raising your voice, how to command respect without forcing it, how to influence people without pressure. The world teaches you to speak louder, but it never teaches you to speak stronger, until now. Because there is a rare type of voice in this world, a voice that doesn't demand attention, but naturally pulls it, a voice that doesn't overwhelm, but grounds, a voice that doesn't rise under pressure, but becomes deeper. People trust that kind of voice. They follow it without hesitation. They remember it, long after the moment has passed. This audiobook will teach you how to build that voice, not by shouting, not by pretending, not by becoming someone else, but by awakening the strength that has always been inside you, the strength of calm authority, emotional control, and an unshakable inner center, quiet power. And once you learn to speak with quiet power, your presence changes, your influence changes, your relationships change, you change. Your new voice begins now. Chapter 1. Why quiet power beats loud voices. Most people believe the loudest voice wins. They think confidence is volume, that strength is aggression, that leadership is noise, but that has never been true. The loudest person in the room may capture attention, but the calmest person in the room captures respect, and respect lasts much longer. There is something magnetic about a person who doesn't rush to speak, who doesn't fight for space, who doesn't need to raise their voice to be taken seriously. Quiet people often hold the most powerful presence, not despite their calmness, but because of it. Why? Because quiet power sends a message loud voices cannot. I am in control. I am not controlled by emotion. I am not controlled by insecurity. I am not controlled by the need to impress. I speak from an inner center that does not shake. People feel that. They feel it instantly. They feel it in your tone, your pacing, your stillness, your eyes. Quiet power communicates something deeper than words. Stability. And stability is rare. Most people feel overwhelmed. Their minds are loud. Their emotions are loud. Their anxiety is loud. Their reactions are loud. So when they meet someone who speaks with calm certainty, someone who looks unshaken and grounded, their brain registers it as, this person is safe. This person is strong. This person knows. It's primal. Loud voices trigger defense. Quiet confidence triggers trust. That's why quiet power wins. Not sometimes, not occasionally, but always. Because quietness, when paired with inner strength, doesn't weaken your message. It amplifies it. When you speak quietly, people lean in. When you pause, they wait. When you choose your words carefully, they listen. When your voice stays steady under pressure, they follow. Quiet power draws people in. Loud power pushes people away. One says, look at me. The other says, come with me. And people always choose the second voice. Here is the truth you must remember. A loud voice controls the moment, but a quiet, certain voice controls the room. And if you can control the room, you can influence anything. This is the foundation of quiet power. Not silence, not weakness, but strength without force. The kind of strength people feel the moment you open your mouth. Chapter 2. The psychology of presence. Presence is not about how you look. It's about how people feel when they're around you. True presence is invisible, but undeniable. You've met people like this. Someone walks into a room, quiet, calm, composed, and without saying a word. You notice them. Not because they're loud, not because they're dramatic, but because they carry a kind of inner weight, a gravity. That gravity is presence, and presence isn't an accident. It's a psychological effect rooted in three things. 1. Your emotional state. 2. Your level of certainty. 3. Your relationship with silence. Let's break each one down, because once you understand them, you'll begin to see why quiet power is so effective. 1. Emotional state. People feel what you feel. Human beings are emotional antennas. We don't just listen to words, we feel the energy behind them. If you speak with fear, people feel fear. If you speak with insecurity, people feel discomfort. If you speak with frustration, people feel tension. But when you speak from a place of calm, groundedness, inner steadiness, people feel safe. And safety creates trust. Trust creates respect. Respect creates influence. That's why your emotional state is more important than the words coming out of your mouth. People don't respond to language first. They respond to nerves, to tone, to breath, to stillness, to micro-expressions you don't even notice. Your presence begins with the emotion you carry into the conversation. Control that emotion, and you control the room. 2. Certainty. The mind follows whoever seems most sure. Here's a psychological truth most people don't know. In moments of uncertainty, the human brain looks for someone who appears certain, not someone who is right, not someone who is loud, not someone who is charismatic, someone who is sure. Certainty is magnetic. It commands attention without force. It pulls people in without pressure. And certainty isn't about knowing everything. It's about knowing yourself. Knowing, I can handle this. I don't need to rush. I don't need to prove anything. I am grounded, even if the situation isn't. People follow the person who looks the least rattled. Quiet confidence is interpreted as competence. Loudness is often interpreted as compensation. When you speak with certainty, your words land with weight. Your pauses feel intentional. Your presence becomes the anchor in the room. 3. Silence. The most powerful tool you're not using. Silence terrifies insecure people, but it empowers confident people. Why? Because silence communicates, I don't need to fill the space. I am not rushed. I am not performing. I am in control. When someone speaks loudly and never pauses, the brain hears one message: weakness, desperation, nervousness, a need to be validated. But when someone speaks with calm pauses, with space, with intention, the brain hears a different message: strength, control, confidence. Follow this person. Silence is not the absence of words. Silence is the presence of power. And the quieter you become, the more people listen. The essence of presence. Presence is not a technique. It's not a trick. It's not a performance. Presence is the emotional signal you send to the world. Nothing outside of me controls me. When people feel that, they trust you, they respect you, they listen to you, they follow you. Presence is quiet power made visible. And once you understand how presence works, you no longer speak to impress, you speak to connect, to clarify, to lead. That's why presence matters. It's not what you say, it's what people feel when you say it. Chapter 3. The Inner Citadel Method. Every strong voice begins in the same place, inside your mind. Before your words carry power, before your tone carries certainty, before your presence carries weight, you must first build what the Stoics called the inner citadel, a fortress, a center, a place inside you that nothing can shake. Not pressure, not judgment, not conflict, not fear. You cannot speak with calm authority if your inner world is chaotic. You cannot project confidence if your thoughts are scattered. You cannot influence others if you are at war with yourself. Quiet power begins with inner power, so let's build it. The foundation of the inner citadel. Nothing outside of me controls me. This is the core principle. Most people speak from reaction. They talk with fear in their voice. They talk with frustration in their breath. They talk with insecurity in their tone. And the world can feel it. But when you speak from the inner citadel, your voice communicates something different. I am not controlled by the moment. I am not controlled by emotion. I am not controlled by other people's opinions. That kind of voice is unforgettable because it's rare. Quiet power starts before you speak. Before a single word leaves your mouth, your brain sends signals through. Your breath, your posture, your micro-expressions, your tone, your pauses, your level of inner stillness. That is what people feel first. Your words come second. Your energy comes first. The inner citadel method trains you to manage the energy before you manage the sentence, so your voice stops sounding reactive and starts sounding grounded. The 3 pillars of the inner citadel. Quiet power is built on 3 internal skills. 1. Stillness. The ability to slow your mind when everything around you speeds up. Stillness is not the absence of thought, it is the ability to choose your thoughts. When your mind is still, your words become precise, your tone becomes steady, your presence becomes powerful. A still mind produces a powerful voice. 2. Self-ownership. This is the ability to say, my emotions are mine, my reactions are mine, my story is mine. When you take full ownership of your inner world, you stop explaining yourself. You stop over-justifying. You stop apologizing for your presence. Self-ownership makes your voice uncompromising, clear, and strong. People trust those who trust themselves. 3. Emotional control. Not suppression, not denial, not pretending, but control. The ability to feel emotion without being ruled by it. This is the heart of quiet power. When others yell, you breathe. When others rush, you pause. When others panic, you remain steady. Your voice carries the emotional state that other people wish they had. That's influence. That's leadership. That's quiet power. The inner citadel practice. Pause, center, speak. This is the signature technique that separates you from everyone else. Pause before you speak. Stop. Half a second, 1 full breath, a brief intentional silence. This tells your brain, I choose the response, not reaction. Choice. Center. Bring your attention inward. Feel your breath drop lower. Unclench your jaw. Relax your shoulders. Let your mind become still, and then say to yourself, I am in control. This is your inner citadel moment, your reset button, your return to strength. Speak. Now your voice comes from clarity, from strength, from intention. You speak fewer words, but each one lands with more weight. People feel the difference immediately. This is how quiet power becomes audible. The effect of the inner citadel. When you speak from your inner citadel, your words sound calmer, your voice sounds deeper, your tone becomes controlled, your presence becomes magnetic, your pauses become powerful, your influence increases, your anxiety drops, your confidence rises, your relationships shift, your leadership solidifies, because you are no longer speaking from insecurity, but from center, from strength, from self-ownership, from quiet power. This is where everything begins. Chapter 4. Speak less, mean more. Most people talk too much. They talk fast. They talk constantly. They talk without intention. And every extra word makes them sound less confident, because confidence isn't in how much you say. It's in how much your words matter. Quiet power is the art of speaking less, so that each sentence hits harder. Let me tell you a secret that most people never learn. When you reduce your words, you increase your influence. Why? Because when you speak less, people listen more. People value your words more. People respect your presence more. Your voice becomes sharper. Your message becomes clearer. Your presence becomes stronger. Speaking less doesn't make you invisible. It makes you undeniable. Why people talk too much and sound weak? People talk excessively for only 3 reasons. 1. Nervousness. When someone is anxious, their mouth outruns their mind. They talk to fill silence, because silence scares them. 2. Insecurity. They think more words equals more respect, more explanation equals more approval, but in reality, excess talking kills authority. 3. Lack of clarity. If your thoughts are scattered, your speech will be scattered. And scattered speech sounds. Weak, quiet power fixes all of this. The rule of authority. Short sentences, long impact. Leaders don't ramble. Confident people don't over-explain. Grounded communicators don't rush. They speak in short, intentional sentences that hit the mind like a hammer. Example, weak. Yeah, I guess what I'm trying to say is that I think maybe we should probably consider another option because I'm not really sure if this one will work. Strong. We need another option. This one won't work. Short, clear, certain. When leaders speak, they speak like this. The power of the pause. Speaking less isn't just about fewer words. It's also about more space. Pauses create power, but only when used intentionally. A pause says, I am not rushed. I am not anxious. I am thinking. I am in control. People feel that control. They feel your presence deepen. Try this. Say something important, and then pause. Don't fill the silence. Let the silence work for you. Silence turns your words into weight. The fewer words method. Here's a simple exercise that instantly makes your speech more powerful. Step 1. Say what you want to say. Step 2. Remove 30% of the words. Step 3. Say it again. It will sound quieter, but stronger. Example. Version 1. I'm not really sure if this is the right direction, but I think we should maybe step back and reconsider our plan. Version 2. After the cut. This is the wrong direction, we need to reconsider. Less talk, more impact. The law of quiet power. If your words are rare, they become valuable. Think of someone you know who doesn't talk much, but when they do speak, everyone listens. Why? Because their words are limited, because they don't waste them, because they only speak when they have something to say. This is the essence of quiet power. Your words carry weight because you don't throw them around. You speak with intention. You speak with clarity. You speak with purpose. People feel that, and they follow it. Speak less, mean more. Summary. When you cut the noise, your message becomes stronger. When you cut the rambling, your presence becomes sharper. When you cut the unnecessary words, your influence becomes unmistakable. Quiet power isn't silence. Quiet power is precision. Speak less, mean more, and watch how quickly people begin to take your words seriously. Chapter 5. Precision language. The words you choose reveal everything. Your confidence, your certainty, your emotional control, your level of self-respect. People judge you first by your language, long before they judge your ideas. Because your words are not just sounds. They are signals. Signals of strength, or signals of weakness. Quiet power is about choosing the words that communicate calm authority, words that land, words that carry weight, words that make people listen. Let's break down exactly what that language looks like. Section 1. Words that weaken you. Certain words instantly make you sound unsure. Even if your idea is strong, these words drain all the power from your voice. Here are the worst offenders. Maybe, I think, I guess, I'm not sure, but just, kind of, sort of, probably, I could be wrong. Does that make sense? These are insecurity fillers. People don't follow someone who sounds like they're asking for permission to have an opinion. Let's make this simple. If you want authority, remove softness. Example. Weak. I think maybe we should try a different approach. Strong. We need a different approach. Short. Solid. Certain. Section 2. Words that make you sound strong. Quiet power uses precise, confident language. These are the words that communicate calm authority. Here's what we're going to do. The next step is, this needs to change. No. Yes, I understand. That won't work. Let's simplify. Here's the solution. This is the direction. These words do two things. They remove doubt. They show leadership without force. People follow clear language even when the message is simple, because clarity feels like strength. Section 3. The strong sentence structure. If you want your speech to feel grounded, use this structure. Statement, short explanation, direction. Example, statement. This isn't effective. Short explanation. Here's why. Direction. Let's change it. This structure is powerful because it eliminates rambling, it eliminates over-explaining, it creates a natural leadership rhythm. It sounds intentional and calm. People listen differently when your sentences have a beginning, a center, and a point. Section 4. Remove apologies from your language. Most people apologize even when they did nothing wrong. Here are weak phrases to eliminate. Sorry for bothering you. Sorry, this might sound stupid, but sorry, I just wanted to ask. Sorry for taking your time. Stop apologizing for your existence. Strong alternatives. Do you have a moment? Here's my question. Let me clarify something. Let's discuss this. Confidence is not arrogance. Confidence is self-respect in language form. You speak like someone who believes they have the right to speak, because you do. Section 5. The precision rule. Say the exact thing you mean. No softening, no circles, no fluff. Weak. I was kind of hoping we could maybe try something else. Strong. I want to try something else. Weak. I'm not sure if this makes sense, but strong. Here's my idea. Weak. I guess we could look into it. Strong. We will look into it. Weak language drains your energy. Strong language focuses it. Section 6. Tone over words. Here's the secret. People hear how you say something before they process what you say. 2 rules. Speak slower. Unhurried speech signals confidence. End sentences with certainty. No rising inflection. No questioning tone. No maybe energy. Speak like your words are the final version, not the draft. Section 7. Quiet power language. Summary. To speak with quiet power, remove insecurity words. Remove weak fillers. Remove unnecessary apologies. Use clear, strong language. Use short sentences. Use intentional pauses. Use certainty in tone. Speak less, but mean every word. Because when your language becomes precise, your presence becomes powerful. Chapter 6. Words that move people. Most people speak to inform. Leaders speak to influence. But masters of quiet power speak to move people, because anyone can talk. Anyone can throw words into the air. Anyone can deliver information. But very few people can say something that touches another person's mind, heart, or decisions. Words that move people are different. They hit deeper. They stay longer. They create change. So let's break down what makes certain words electric and why quiet power amplifies their effect. Section 1. People feel the emotion behind your words. You cannot move someone with words if you don't feel anything when you speak. Emotion is the current, words are just the wires. If there is no emotional current inside you, your words have no energy. If you speak from fear, your message feels weak. If you speak from ego, your message feels forced. If you speak from insecurity, your message feels hollow. But when you speak from inner truth, from calm conviction, from deep clarity, people feel it because authenticity has a vibration that the human brain recognizes instantly. Quiet power amplifies that authenticity. It says, I mean this. I live this. This matters. People follow that voice. Section 2. Use words that paint images. The brain remembers pictures, not paragraphs. When your words create images, people don't just hear you, they see what you mean. Examples. Instead of, you need focus, say, your mind should feel like a laser, not a flashlight. Instead of, stay calm, say, be the still lake in the middle of everyone else's storm. Instead of, stop reacting, say, don't let anyone pull you out of your center. These images stay in the mind because they create meaning. Words that move people give the mind something to hold on to. Section 3. Speak to the fear they won't admit. Every human carries silent fears. Fear of judgment, fear of being ignored, fear of being misunderstood, fear of not being enough. When your words speak to the fear people secretly carry, you connect with them on a level they don't connect with anyone else. Quiet power gives you the calmness to speak directly to truth without sounding aggressive or emotional. Examples. You're not being ignored. You're just not speaking from certainty. You're not weak. You're just reacting instead of choosing. You're not too quiet. You're just not using your quiet correctly. These lines hit hard because they speak the truth people feel but never say. Section 4. Words that deliver clarity. The most powerful sentences in the world are often the simplest. This matters. This needs to change. This is who I am. This is what I want. This is the way forward. People crave clarity because their own minds are full of noise. When you speak with clarity, you become the quiet in their chaos, the anchor in their storm, the signal in their confusion. Clarity moves people because clarity is rare. Section 5. The breakthrough sentence. There is one type of sentence that changes people forever, a sentence that gives them a new identity. People don't change because of information. People change because of identity. Examples. You're not anxious. You're overwhelmed because you care. You're not invisible. You're just not grounded yet. You're not weak. You're learning to control your reactions. You're not lost. You're between chapters. You're not too quiet. You're quietly powerful. These sentences don't just move people. They transform them. They show people who they could be. And once someone sees a new version of themselves, they can never unsee it. Section 6. How quiet power makes words stronger. Words don't move people because they're loud. Words move people because they're true. And truth spoken quietly hits harder than 1,000 loud speeches. Quiet power amplifies your message by slowing your delivery, deepening your tone, eliminating insecurity, creating gravity in your pauses, speaking from emotional clarity, choosing precise language. When you combine all this, your words stop sounding like speech and start sounding like guidance. People don't just hear you, they feel you, they remember you, they follow you because your words don't come from noise, they come from center. Summary. Words that move people. To move people with your words. Feel the truth, speak in images, touch their unspoken fears, offer identity, speak with clarity, use silence as emphasis, speak from your inner citadel. Words that move people don't come from your mouth. They come from the part of you that is unmovable. That is what they follow. That is what they trust. That is what they remember. Chapter 7. How to stop sounding weak. Most people don't sound weak because their ideas are weak, but because their habits are weak. Weak speech is not about volume. It's not about pitch. It's not about having a soft voice. Weak speech is the result of insecure wording, nervous pacing, apologizing unnecessarily, over-explaining, talking too fast, talking too much, rising inflection, filler words, uncertain endings. The good news. Every single one of these habits can be fixed. Quiet power isn't about becoming someone else. It's about removing the habits that suffocate your natural authority. Let's break it down. Section 1. Remove the weakness from your speech. These are the micro-habits that instantly make your voice sound unsure. 1. Rising tone at the end. When every sentence sounds like a question, you lose authority, weak. I think we should try another idea. Strong. We should try another idea. End with certainty, not with doubt. 2. Talking too fast. Fast speech equals anxious speech. It signals, I'm uncomfortable. I want to get this over with. I don't feel safe. Slow down, own your pace. A slow, steady voice signals confidence. 3. Over-explaining. If you constantly justify your thinking, you train people to doubt you. Weak. I just feel like maybe we should consider other options because I don't know if this will actually work. Strong. This option won't work. Let's choose another. Short, clean, grounded. 4. Filler words. Weak. Like, basically, kind of. Strong. Pause. Silence is stronger than fillers. Silence sounds intentional. Fillers sound insecure. 5. Apologizing when you don't need to, weak. Sorry for asking. Sorry if this sounds dumb. Sorry, can I say something? Strong. Do you have a moment? Here's what I want to clarify. I'd like to add something. Stop apologizing for existing. Section 2. Add the strength signals. These signals instantly change how people perceive you. 1. Calm. Pauses. When you pause before speaking, you project control. 2. Low, steady tone. Emotional stability equals leadership. You don't need a deep voice, just a controlled one. 3. Short sentences. Short equals sharp. Short equals confident. Short equals memorable. 4. Decisive endings. End sentences like you believe them. Flat, certain, grounded. 5. Clean language. Remove clutter. Remove noise. Speak in straight lines. Section 3. The strong versus weak transformations. Let's make this practical. Here's how your speech transforms when you apply quiet power. Weak. I'm not really sure, but I think maybe we should try another approach. Strong. We need another approach. Weak. Sorry, but could I maybe say something? Strong. I'd like to add something. Weak. Does that make sense? Strong. Let me clarify. Weak. I guess I kind of feel like. Strong. Here's how I see it. Weak. I might be wrong, but. Strong. Here's the situation. Weak. I don't want to bother you, but. Strong. Do you have a moment? Weak speech is full of conditions. Strong speech is full of decisions. Section 4. The one breath rule. Before you speak in an important moment, take one slow breath. Drop your shoulders. Relax your jaw. Lower your tone. Speak from stillness. This 2-second ritual instantly removes nervous energy and activates quiet power. A relaxed body equals a powerful voice. Section 5. Quiet power in real time. Here's the transformation in a single sentence. Weak voice. Sorry, I just thought maybe we should consider something else because this idea might not be good enough. Quiet power voice. This idea won't work. Let's choose a better one. Same idea, different effect. One sounds like fear. The other sounds like leadership. Quiet power changes how you speak. But more importantly, quiet power changes how people react to you. Summary. How to stop sounding weak to eliminate weak speech. Remove fillers. Remove rising tone. Remove apologies. Remove over-explaining. Remove softening phrases. Remove frantic pacing. Remove insecure endings. To sound confident. Slow down. Speak clearly. Use short sentences. End with certainty. Breathe before speaking. Use silence. Choose precise words. Speak from your inner citadel. Quiet power is not about force. It's about removing weakness so your true strength can finally be heard. Chapter 8. Staying calm when everyone else isn't. Here's the truth most people never realize. Your calm is more powerful than other people's chaos. When everyone around you is emotional, reactive, loud, frantic, the person who stays calm becomes the leader instantly. Not because they shout, not because they dominate, but because their energy becomes the only stable thing in the room. Humans follow stability. They trust stillness. They are drawn to control. So when everyone else loses their center, your center becomes authority. This chapter teaches you how to stay calm when everything around you is not. Section 1. Emotional contagion. Your energy sets the tone. Emotions are contagious. Stress spreads, anxiety spreads, anger spreads, fear spreads, but calm spreads too. Stillness spreads, groundedness spreads. If you stay calm in conflict, others naturally lower their intensity. If you stay steady under pressure, others match your steadiness. People regulate themselves to the calmest person in the room. So the question is simple. Do you want to be regulated by other people's emotions? Or do you want them to be regulated by yours? Quiet power chooses the second option. Section 2. The physiology of calm. To stay calm, you must understand what happens inside your body when chaos appears. The moment something stressful happens, your breath rises, your chest tightens, your jaw locks, your voice speeds up, your muscles tense, your mind jumps, your tone becomes shakier. These signals tell your brain, I'm not safe. Quiet power reverses this response. Here's how. Lower your breath. Drop it from your chest to your stomach. Release your jaw. A relaxed jaw equals a steady voice. Drop your shoulders. This signals the brain, I'm in control. Slow your exhale. Long exhale equals calm nervous system. Speak slower. Slow speech equals emotional stability. You don't calm down by thinking. You calm down by physiology. Your body leads. Your mind follows. Section 3. The centering technique. The quiet reset. This is the signature quiet power method for instant calm during conflict or pressure. Use it anytime you feel overwhelmed, angry, or triggered. Step 1. Pause 1 second. Just stop. Step 2. Breathe in through the nose. Slow exhale through the mouth. Step 3. Drop your body. Lower your shoulders. Unlock your jaw. Relax your stomach. Unclench your hands. Step 4. Lower your voice. Speak slower. Speak softer. Speak deeper. Step 5. Return to center. Say internally, I am in control. This 3-second routine gives you emotional command while everyone else is losing theirs. Section 4. The power of non-reaction. Quiet power is built on a simple rule. You don't have to react to everything. Not every comment deserves energy. Not every insult deserves attention. Not every disturbance deserves a response. Most people drain themselves by reacting to things that don't matter. Quiet power saves its energy. It responds only when it chooses to, not to prove anything, not to win an argument, not to defend ego, only to maintain clarity. Your silence can be stronger than someone else's shouting. Your non-reaction can be louder than their reaction. Section 5. When calmness becomes command. Watch what happens when you remain calm in a chaotic situation. People start looking at you. People start listening to you. People start following you. Because emotional control signals, this person is safe. This person is competent. This person knows what they're doing. Even if you say nothing, even if you barely move, even if you simply breathe slowly, your calm becomes the strongest energy in the room. This is where quiet power turns into leadership. Section 6. Calm under pressure equals respect. Think of the people you respect most. They don't panic. They don't yell. They don't overreact. They don't lose control. They have presence. They have steadiness. They have anchored nervous systems. And here's the secret. They aren't naturally calm. They are trained calm. You don't become calm by avoiding stress. You become calm by meeting stress with a different internal response. Calmness is a skill. The inner citadel is the training ground. Summary. Staying calm when everyone else isn't to stay calm under pressure. Control your physiology. Slow your breath. Drop your shoulders. Relax your jaw. Lower your tone. Speak slower. Create space before responding. Practice non-reaction. Hold your center. Be the stillness in the room. When everyone else loses themselves, your calm makes you unforgettable. Quiet power is not the absence of emotion. It is the mastery of it, and once you learn to stay calm when others can't, you will never lose control again. Chapter 9. The Art of Saying No with Authority. Here's a truth most people never say out loud. Weak people can't say no. Strong people don't fear it. Quiet people master it. If you struggle to say no, you are not alone. Most people feel guilty, or scared, or uncomfortable. They fear disappointing others. They fear conflict. They fear being judged. They fear losing connection. So they say yes to things they don't want, don't need, and don't have time for. This destroys their confidence. This drains their energy. This weakens their voice. Quiet power fixes this. Quiet power teaches you how to say no with calm authority, not with anger, not with excuses, not with over-explaining, with clarity, with respect, with certainty. Let's break it down. Section 1. Why no is the most powerful word. No is powerful because it is a boundary. Boundaries create self-respect. Self-respect creates confidence. Confidence creates presence. Presence creates influence. Every time you say yes when you want to say no, you weaken your boundaries. You weaken your identity. You weaken your confidence. Every time you say no when you need to say no, you strengthen your identity. You strengthen your clarity. You strengthen your confidence. Saying no is not rejection. It is direction. It keeps your life aligned with your values, your time, your energy, your goals. No is how you protect what matters. Section 2. The reasons people fear saying no. People avoid saying no because of fear of conflict. What if they get upset? Fear of judgment. What will they think of me? Fear of losing connection. Will this hurt our relationship? Fear of seeming selfish. I don't want to look rude. Fear of disappointing someone. I don't want them to feel bad. Here's the truth. If someone gets angry because you protected your time, They were never respecting you anyway. Quiet power removes the emotional noise around saying no and replaces it with clarity. Section 3. How quiet power says no. Quiet power rejects three things: no over-explaining, no heavy apologies, no nervous tone. You don't need long explanations. You don't need to justify. You don't need to defend yourself. Your no can be calm, simple, and strong. Here are the core structures. Section 4. The 7 most powerful no phrases. These phrases are short, direct, and respectful, perfect for real life. 1. No, that doesn't work for me. Calm, clear, unarguable. 2. I'm not available for that. No reason needed. You are simply unavailable. 3. That's not something I can commit to. Professional, mature, strong. 4. I can't do that. But here's what I can do. Sets a boundary while offering direction. 5. That's not aligned with my priorities right now. A powerful identity-based no. 6. No, I'm choosing something else. Pure self-ownership. 7. No, thank you. The simplest and often the strongest. None of these require explanation, none require apology, none sound emotional, all sound like quiet power. Section 5. The tone of a powerful no. How you say no matters. A powerful no has a low, steady tone, slow pacing, flat endings, no rising inflection, no nervous laughter, no filler words, silence after the sentence. Silence after no is often more powerful than the no itself. It communicates, I am not negotiating. I am not insecure. This is final. Quiet power says no like a fact, not like a feeling. Section 6. The boundary test. When you say no, people will sometimes test you, not because they hate you, because they are used to your old behavior. Stay calm, stay grounded, repeat your boundary. Example, them. Come on, it'll only take a minute. You. No. That doesn't work for me. Then silence. Them. Why not? You. I'm not available. Then silence. Them. Are you serious? You. Yes. Then silence. No emotion, no explaining, no defending. Repeating a calm no trains people to respect your boundaries, and over time, they will. Section 7. When no changes your identity. There is a moment in everyone's life when saying no becomes a turning point. The moment you realize, I don't need anyone's approval. I don't need to please everyone. I value my time. I choose what enters my life. I decide my limits. This moment is the birth of quiet power, because no is not rejection. No is self-respect, and self-respect is the foundation of presence. Summary: the art of saying no. To say no with quiet power. Keep sentences short. Keep tone steady. Use clear, strong phrases. Don't apologize. Don't over-explain. Don't rush. Enforce your boundaries calmly. Stay silent after your no. When you master the art of no, people stop pushing you. People stop testing you. People start respecting you. Saying no is not about being rude. It's about being rooted. And rooted, people have voices worth following. Chapter 10. The power of not reacting. Here is the truth that will change your entire life. The moment you stop reacting, you become untouchable. People lose control because they can't control their reactions. They get triggered, they get offended, they get angry, they get anxious, they get defensive, they get emotional, and every reaction hands their power to someone else. Your reactions are your real weakness, not your past, not your personality, not your voice, not your situation. Your reactions. Quiet power is the ability to stay in control no matter what enters your space. Let's go deep. Section 1. Reactions are automatic. Responses are chosen. Most people live in reaction mode. Someone says something rude, they snap. Someone ignores them, they feel offended. Someone questions them, they get defensive. Someone judges them, they feel insecure. Someone disrespects them, they react emotionally. This is not control. This is slavery, emotional slavery. Quiet power is different. It lives in a space most people never discover. The gap between the trigger and your response. That tiny moment where everything slows down and you choose what comes next. You don't react. You respond. You don't explode. You evaluate. You don't defend. You decide. This gap is your fortress, your anchor, your inner citadel. The more you live in that gap, the more untouchable you become. Section 2. Why reactivity weakens you. Reacting instantly communicates emotional immaturity, insecurity, lack of control, instability, vulnerability, fear, ego. People lose respect for the person who can't control their reactions, but they trust the person who can, because non-reactivity says, I'm not moved by the moment. I'm not ruled by emotion. I decide what affects me. I control the energy, not you. This is quiet authority. This is silent strength. This is leadership energy. Section 3. The art of emotional stability. To become non-reactive, you must understand the source of reactivity. Reactivity comes from a fast mind, a tense body, shallow breath, ego sensitivity, unresolved insecurity, fear of judgment, desire for control, lack of boundaries, emotional fatigue. Quiet power fixes this by training you in stillness, still mind, still voice, still breath, still presence, still reaction, strong response. Here's how. Section 4. The no reaction reset. Use this anytime you feel triggered or emotional. Step 1. Pause 1 second. Just freeze the moment. Step 2. Breathe slow. Inhale slower. Exhale. Step 3. Relax your body. Drop your shoulders. Unlock your jaw. Release your stomach. Step 4. Lower your voice. Speak slower. Speak deeper. Speak quieter. Step 5. Choose. Say inwardly, I choose my response, not your ego, not your fear, not your insecurity. You. This is how the inner citadel takes full command. Section 5. The power of silence. Silence is the enemy of reactive people, but it is the weapon of powerful people. When someone throws emotion at you, and you stay quiet for 2, 3, 4 seconds, you send a message, you cannot pull me out of my center. I'm not emotionally available for chaos. I am evaluating. I choose my timing. I choose my energy. Silence resets the room. Silence disarms conflict. Silence forces respect. Silence is strength in its purest form. Section 6. The zero reaction scenarios. Here's how quiet power responds in real life. Insults. Weak person reacts immediately. Quiet power doesn't react, evaluates pressure. Weak person panics. Quiet power breathes, slows down. Manipulation. Weak person over-explains. Quiet power stays silent, stays grounded. Provocation. Weak person gets emotional. Quiet power asks a calm question. Judgment. Weak person becomes defensive. Quiet power doesn't take it personally. Unexpected resistance. Weak person reacts aggressively. Quiet power remains still. This is the difference between emotional chaos and emotional control. Section 7. Why non-reaction gives you power when you stop reacting. People can't manipulate you. People can't trigger you. People can't confuse you. People can't intimidate you. People can't control you. People can't predict you. You become unmovable, unshakable, unbothered, untouchable, because your power is no longer in the hands of other people's behavior. It belongs to you, fully, completely, absolutely. This is quiet power. Summary. The power of not reacting to master non-reaction. Pause, breathe, relax your body, lower your tone, stay silent, evaluate, choose your response, refuse to be pulled into chaos, remain centered, speak only from calm. When you stop reacting, you stop being controlled. People can no longer push your buttons. Because you remove the buttons, you become the calm in the storm, the anchor in the conflict, the presence that changes the room. This is one of the strongest powers a human being can develop, and now it becomes yours. Chapter 11. Reclaiming your attention. Here's the truth nobody wants to admit. Your attention is your most valuable currency, and you are giving it away for free. Every scroll, every notification, every argument, every distraction, every emotional reaction costs you something. Not money, not time. It costs you focus. It costs you clarity. It costs you inner power. Because what you pay attention to shapes you. Your mind becomes whatever you feed it. Your emotions follow whatever you focus on. Your voice reflects the noise inside you. If your attention is scattered, your confidence will be scattered. If your attention is chaotic, your presence will be chaotic. If your attention is stolen, your power will be stolen. Quiet power begins with reclaiming your attention. Section 1. The truth about your attention. Your attention is not passive. It is active. It is a choice. It is direction. Where your attention goes, your energy flows. People think they lose control because of circumstances, but the real reason they lose control is because they don't control what they focus on. Your attention sets the tone of your mind sets the tone of your voice sets the tone of your life. Control your attention, and you control everything. Section 2. The cost of distraction. Distraction is not harmless. It is a slow death of your potential. Every distraction steals your emotional stability, your mental energy, your creativity, your focus, your discipline, your clarity, your presence. And here's the worst part. Distraction feels comfortable, while it destroys you quietly. It keeps your mind busy, but not productive. It keeps you stimulated, but not centered. It keeps you entertained, but not empowered. Quiet power rejects distraction because distraction weakens the mind. A weak mind cannot produce a strong voice. Section 3. The attention loop. Your attention follows a pattern. What you notice becomes what you think, which becomes what you feel, which becomes what you believe, which becomes who you become. This is why controlling your attention is the foundation of changing your identity. If you focus on stress, you become stressed. If you focus on problems, you become overwhelmed. If you focus on judgment, you become insecure. But if you focus on calm, you become calm. If you focus on clarity, you become clear. If you focus on strength, you become strong. Attention shapes identity. Identity shapes behavior. Behavior shapes your life. Everything begins with what you choose to focus on. Section 4. The 3 attention traps. These traps steal your power without you noticing. 1. The trap of emotional noise, constant overthinking, constant worry, constant internal chaos. 2. The trap of external distraction, notifications, drama, arguments, social media, people's opinions. 3. The trap of other people's expectations, trying to please, trying to impress, trying to avoid judgment. These traps hijack your attention, and when your attention is hijacked, your voice becomes weak. Quiet power frees you from these traps. Section 5. The attention reset. Here is a simple technique that brings your focus back to center in 10 seconds. Step 1. Stop. Interrupt the mental noise. Pause. Step 2. Breathe slow. Inhale for 4. Exhale for 6. Longer exhale equals instant calm. Step 3. Lower your shoulders. This signals safety to your nervous system. Step 4. Ask yourself, what actually matters right now? Not in general, not philosophically, right now. This question slices through panic, distraction, and noise. It pulls your attention back to the present and back to your power. Section 6. The rule of attention. Protect what shapes you. Your attention shapes your voice, confidence, emotions, decisions, identity, so protect it. Here's how. Turn off non-essential notifications. Avoid pointless arguments. Limit exposure to negativity. Choose what enters your mind. Stop giving energy to opinions. Slow your pace. Build moments of stillness. Guard your mental space like a fortress. The world wants your attention, but your attention belongs to you. Section 7. When you reclaim your attention, your voice becomes deeper, your presence becomes stronger, your mind becomes clearer, your confidence becomes real, your communication becomes precise, your boundaries become solid, your decisions become intentional. You stop being pulled by everything. You stop being overwhelmed by everyone. You stop being distracted by noise. You become centered. You become focused. You become grounded. You become powerful. Because your power was never lost, it was only scattered. Now you bring it back. Summary. Reclaiming your attention. To reclaim your attention, reduce noise, eliminate distractions, stop overthinking, choose your focus, protect your mental space. Ask, what matters right now? Return to center. Slow your mind. Slow your breath. Live in clarity, not chaos. Your attention is the fuel for quiet power. And once you master it, your entire life changes. Chapter 12. How to Build Unshakable Confidence. Here's the truth most people never hear. Confidence is not a feeling. Confidence is a skill. People think confidence is something you're born with, or something that magically appears, or something that shows up only when life is perfect. That is a myth. Confidence is built. Confidence is trained. Confidence is practiced. And real confidence, the quiet, grounded, unshakable kind, comes from one place: self-trust. Not bravado, not ego, not hype, not fake positivity. Self-trust. Let's break it down. Section 1. Confidence equals self-trust. Unshakable confidence is the belief, I can rely on myself, not on luck, not on circumstances, not on approval, not on perfect conditions, on yourself. When you trust yourself, your voice becomes steady, your presence becomes strong, your decisions become clear. People feel that because self-trust is rare, and rare things are powerful. Section 2. Where confidence actually comes from. Confidence comes from 3 sources. 1. Competence. I know what I'm doing. 2. Consistency. I do what I say I will do. 3. Control. I can handle whatever happens. You don't need all 3 at 100%, but you need to build them intentionally. Let's break each one down. Section 3. Confidence source. Number 1. Competence. Competence is simple. You become confident when you become good at something. Not perfect, not the best, just good. People overcomplicate confidence because they skip the most obvious starting point: skill. You feel confident in driving because you practiced. You feel confident in speaking because you understand the patterns. You feel confident in decisions because you learned through experience. Competence grows faster than you think. 10 days of focused practice can give you more confidence than 10 years of hesitation. Skill creates certainty. Certainty creates calm. Calm creates quiet power. Section 4. Confidence source. Number 2. Consistency. This is the one nobody talks about. Confidence grows when you repeatedly keep your promises to yourself, when you do what you said you would do, even in small things. Why? Because consistency builds identity. When you follow through, your mind says, I can rely on myself. When you break your own promises, your mind says, I can't trust myself. This destroys confidence. The solution is small. Build tiny habits. Finish small tasks. Keep micro promises. Do things you said you would do. Small wins create big identity shifts. You earn your own trust one action at a time. Section 5. Confidence source. Number 3. Control. Control doesn't mean controlling everything around you. It means controlling yourself, your reactions, your attention, your energy, your tone, your pace, your choices, your emotions. When you can control yourself, nothing outside of you can break you. This is the most powerful form of confidence. Stillness, calmness, inner direction. Your confidence becomes unshakable because it no longer depends on circumstances. Section 6. Why? Loud confidence is fake confidence. Most people you think are confident are not confident at all. They are loud. They are dramatic. They are compensating. Fake confidence needs attention. Real confidence needs nothing. Fake confidence is reactive. Real confidence is calm. Fake confidence brags. Real confidence doesn't explain. Fake confidence pushes. Real confidence grounds. Fake confidence breaks under pressure. Real confidence becomes stronger under pressure. Quiet power is real confidence. Section 7. How to build unshakable confidence. The method. Here is the exact formula. Step 1. Do small, hard things. Nothing builds confidence faster than proving to yourself that you can handle discomfort. Step 2. Keep promises to yourself. Every kept promise is a brick. Your confidence is built brick by brick. Step 3. Practice stillness. A calm mind produces a calm voice. A calm voice produces presence. Step 4. Speak with precision. Short sentences, clear tone, controlled pace. Confidence is in clarity. Step 5. Build competence. Pick one skill. Train it for 30 days. Your identity will shift. Step 6. Control reactions. Non-reaction equals elite confidence. Step 7. Control attention. A focused mind becomes a powerful mind. Section 8. What unshakable confidence feels like. When confidence becomes real, you start to feel different. You don't chase approval. You don't fear rejection. You don't fold under pressure. You don't explain yourself unnecessarily. You don't react emotionally. You don't second-guess your voice. You don't shrink around strong personalities. Instead, you feel grounded. You feel calm. You feel steady. You feel centered. You feel like yourself. This is self-trust. This is inner strength. This is unshakable confidence. And other people feel it immediately. Summary. Building unshakable confidence. To build real confidence. Build competence. Stay consistent. Gain control of your inner world. Keep promises to yourself. Speak with precision. Do small, hard things. Practice stillness. Control reactions. Protect your attention. Trust yourself. When you trust yourself, your voice becomes steady. Your presence becomes deep. Your energy becomes quiet but undeniable. This is the type of confidence that changes your life and the lives of everyone who hears you. Chapter 13. Stop seeking approval. Here's the truth. Nothing weakens your voice more than needing other people's approval. Approval seeking is the fastest way to lose confidence, to lose presence, to lose self-respect, to lose your voice. Why? Because the need for approval puts your entire identity in someone else's hands. When you depend on approval, you speak softer. You speak less clearly. You over-explain. You apologize too much. You hide your real opinions. You force yourself to be liked. You avoid disagreement. You fear judgment. You shrink your presence. Approval is a cage. Quiet power breaks it. Let's go deeper. Section 1. Why people seek approval. Most people don't seek approval because they're weak. They seek approval because they were trained by parents who judged, teachers who criticized, friends who mocked, workplaces that punished mistakes, relationships that lacked respect, experiences where being yourself wasn't safe. Approval seeking is not your fault, but it is your responsibility to break it. Because if you don't, people will sense the insecurity in your voice, your tone, your decisions, your behavior. Quiet power frees you from external validation, so your strength becomes internal. Section 2. The truth about approval. Let's expose the truth. You cannot control who likes you. People like you for their own reasons, based on their own fears, insecurities, projections, standards, and expectations. Trying to be liked makes people like you less, because it makes you look uncertain, insecure, and inauthentic. Approval is unstable. It changes with mood, with context, with misunderstanding, with emotion. Approval never lasts. You get it, and then you chase it again. The approval you chase owns you. The approval you release frees you. Section 3. The freedom of self-approval. Here's the shift. Stop chasing approval. Start approving yourself. Self-approval is not arrogance, it is alignment. It means, I trust myself. I respect myself. I stand by my decisions. I don't need permission to exist. I choose my values. I choose my identity. I choose my path. When you approve of yourself, other people's opinions lose their power over you. Your voice becomes steady. Your presence becomes grounded. Your decisions become clear. People follow someone who doesn't need to be followed. Section 4. The energy of not needing approval. People feel when you don't need their approval. It changes everything. You become more attractive, more confident, more respected, more influential, more memorable, more authentic, more powerful, because not needing approval creates a different tone, a calm tone, a grounded tone, a steady tone, a tone that says, I don't chase validation. I don't bend for acceptance. I know who I am. I'm comfortable being myself. I am enough. This energy is magnetic. People feel safe around it. People trust it. People follow it. Section 5. How to stop seeking approval, the method. Here's the practical process to eliminate approval seeking. Step 1. Notice. Catch yourself whenever you feel the urge to impress. Explain unnecessarily. Soften your words. Avoid disagreement. Check reactions. Overthink tone. Ask for permission. Apologize automatically. Awareness breaks the pattern. Step 2. Pause before you speak. Pause for 1 second. This resets your nervous system and prevents reaction mode. Step 3. Speak from center. Drop your shoulders. Slow your breath. Lower your tone. Then speak. When your voice comes from center, it doesn't come from insecurity. Step 4. Say what you actually think. Not the softened version, not the safe version, not the adjusted version. The truth. Short, direct, calm. Authenticity is the enemy of approval seeking. Step 5. Release the outcome. This is the hardest part. You cannot control how people react, and you don't need to. Your job is to be honest. Your job is to be clear. Your job is to be grounded. Their reaction is their responsibility, not yours. Section 6. A life without approval seeking. Imagine this. You speak without fear. You act without hesitation. You express your opinions honestly. You say no without guilt. You hold boundaries without shaking. You stop apologizing unnecessarily. You stop second-guessing yourself. You stop explaining your worth. You stop looking for reactions. You stop adjusting yourself. You stop shrinking. You become clear, confident, powerful, unmistakable. Not because people approve of you, but because you approve of yourself. This is quiet power. This is freedom. Summary. Stop seeking approval. To stop seeking approval, honor your own opinion. Stop chasing reactions. Stop over-explaining. Stop apologizing. Pause before speaking. Speak from center. Tell the truth. Release the outcome. Choose identity over impression. Choose integrity over validation. Approval doesn't build confidence. Approval doesn't build presence. Approval doesn't build power. Self-approval does. When you stop needing approval, you stop needing permission. And that's when you finally claim your voice. Chapter 14. Presence in conversation. Quiet power isn't something you switch on. It's something people feel the moment you begin to speak. Not because you're loud, not because you dominate, not because you perform, but because your energy says, I am grounded, I am centered, I am not trying to impress you, I am simply here. Presence is not what you say. It's what people experience in your presence. Let's break down how to create that effect in everyday conversations. Section 1. The principle. People don't remember your words. They remember how you made them feel. And the feeling of presence is simple. Calm, steady, clear, unrushed, confident without effort. You don't need charisma. You don't need perfect sentences. You don't need to perform. Presence is not performance. Presence is inner stillness. Your voice carries what your mind feels. If your mind is calm, your presence is strong. If your mind is chaotic, your presence collapses. Quiet power creates presence by creating stillness. Section 2. How to enter a conversation with presence. Most people enter conversations with nervous habits. Fast speech, loud tone, over-explaining, forced enthusiasm, trying to impress, filling silence, talking too much, seeking approval. Quiet power flips this. Here are the essential habits to enter a conversation with strength. Walk in slower. Fast movement equals anxious energy. Slow movement equals grounded energy. Speak slower. It signals certainty. Lower your tone. Emotionally steady voices feel stronger. Don't force smiles. Authenticity greater than performance. Don't rush to talk. Presence doesn't chase attention. The way you enter a conversation sets the tone. Section 3. The power of being unrushed. One of the strongest signals of presence is being unrushed. Unrushed speech, unrushed movement, unrushed reactions. When you're unrushed, people feel safety, confidence, clarity, maturity, emotional depth. Why? Because rushing is a sign of insecurity, and slowing down is a sign of mastery. The most confident people create time around themselves. Quiet power makes you feel like the room slows down when you open your mouth. Section 4. The art of listening like a leader. Here's a secret. How you listen is more important than how you talk. Weak presence listens to respond. Strong presence listens to understand. Quiet power listens with stillness. Here's how. Make eye contact without intensity. Relaxed, not forced. Keep your face calm. No anxious reactions. No over-smiling. No forced nodding. Don't interrupt. Silence signals confidence. Don't rush to speak. Your turn will come. Listening like this makes people feel deeply respected, and respected people respect you back. This is presence. Section 5. Speaking with presence. When it's your turn to speak, speak in short, clear sentences. Short sentences, strong presence, pause between ideas, pauses, authority. Lower your voice slightly. Lower tone equals emotional control. Eliminate fillers. No, like, Pause instead. State things simply. Complexity is insecurity. Simplicity is strength. Don't overshare. Mystery increases presence. Leave emotional space. Let people absorb your words. Presence is not about more talking, it's about talking better. Section 6. How presence changes the room when you speak with quiet power. People calm down. People listen more attentively. People speak slower around you. People choose their words more carefully. People respect your silence. People feel your confidence. People follow your energy, because strong presence sets the emotional tone for everyone else. You become the anchor, the stabilizer, the center. This is leadership without effort, influence without pressure, confidence without noise. Section 7. Common mistakes that kill presence. Avoid these: talking too much, rushing to fill silence, apologizing unnecessarily, speaking too fast, over-explaining, forced charm, nervous laughter, rising inflection, forcing humor, trying to impress. Presence collapses when you try to earn approval. Presence grows when you stop trying. Section 8. The quiet power. Presence method. Use this in every conversation. Step 1. Breathe, slow, deep, calm. Step 2. Center. Drop your shoulders, relax your face, lower your tone. Step 3. Listen, stillness, calmness, presence. Step 4. Speak short, clear, grounded. Step 5. Pause. Let your words land. This creates presence that people feel immediately. Summary. Presence in conversation. To create presence in conversation, be unrushed, speak slowly, lower your tone, make calm eye contact, listen with stillness, eliminate fillers, use pauses, speak in short sentences, avoid over-explaining, stop chasing reactions, enter every interaction from center. Presence is not about being interesting. Presence is about being grounded. People don't follow the loudest voice, they follow the calmest, and that calmest is you. Chapter 15. How to become someone. People respect instantly. Respect is not earned with words. Respect is not earned with achievements. Respect is not earned with bragging. Respect is not earned with volume. Respect is earned from one thing: the energy you carry into the room. People don't respect loudness. They don't respect insecurity. They don't respect arrogance. They don't respect desperation. They respect stillness, control, clarity, boundaries, integrity, calm certainty. Respect is not something you chase. Respect is something you attract. Let's break down how. Section 1. The psychology of instant respect. Humans subconsciously respect people who don't need approval, don't react emotionally, don't rush, don't try to impress, don't overshare, don't explain excessively, don't justify themselves, don't break their boundaries, don't shrink under pressure. Why? Because these traits signal inner strength, and inner strength is the foundation of quiet power. People aren't responding to your words, they're responding to your nervous system. If your nervous system is steady, people trust you instantly. If your nervous system is chaotic, people dismiss you instantly. Respect begins internally. Section 2. Be the person who can't be rattled. Instant respect comes from being the one person who stays calm when others don't. When everyone else gets emotional, gets offended, gets reactive, gets loud, gets triggered, gets defensive, gets chaotic, you remain still. Stillness is power. Stillness is presence. Stillness is maturity. When you cannot be rattled, people see you as a leader, even if you say nothing, because emotional control equals authority. Section 3. Speak like a person with respect. The following behaviors kill respect instantly: talking too much, apologizing unnecessarily, rambling, rising tone, insecure fillers, fast speech, over-explaining, softening opinions, forcing humor, chasing reactions. Replace them with slow, steady speech, calm tone, short sentences, intentional pauses, confident endings, clarity without apology, neutral facial expression, grounded posture, direct eye contact, relaxed, not intense. When you speak like this, people feel your authority. They feel your self-respect. They feel your clarity, and they respect you instantly. Section 4. The power of clean boundaries. If people don't respect you, it's usually because your boundaries are unclear or your boundaries are inconsistent. Quiet power boundaries are simple, calm, clear, consistent, unapologetic. Boundaries communicate: this is who I am. This is what I allow. This is what I do not allow. Weak boundaries kill respect. Strong boundaries create it. Every time you enforce a boundary, your identity becomes stronger, and a strong identity commands respect. Section 5. The rule of self-respect. Here is the deepest truth in this chapter. People treat you the way you treat yourself. If you speak poorly about yourself, people will too. If you tolerate disrespect, people will give you more. If you ignore your needs, people will ignore them too. If you break your own boundaries, people will break them too. If you don't take yourself seriously, people will never take you seriously. Self-respect is the origin of external respect. When you respect yourself, the world follows. Section 6. The energy of, I don't need anything from you. People instantly respect someone who does not need anything from them. Not their approval, not their validation, not their reaction, not their attention, not their agreement, not their permission. This energy is powerful. It is magnetic. It is rare. When you don't need anything, people give you more. More respect, more trust, more attention, more space, more admiration, because you're not chasing. Presence grows in the absence of need. Section 7. What makes people respect you? Long term. Instant respect is good. Lasting respect is better. Lasting respect comes from consistency under pressure, fairness, honesty, emotional stability, clarity, integrity, strong boundaries, non-reactivity, reliability, doing what you say. People respect those who respect themselves and others without collapsing into ego. Quiet power is firm but not aggressive, clear but not controlling, confident but not arrogant. This balance creates lasting respect. Section 8. The presence of someone who is respected. When you embody quiet power, you create a field around you. People lower their volume. People listen more carefully. People choose their words. People feel safe. People become calmer. People take you seriously. People trust your guidance because your presence signals, I am grounded. I am centered. I don't break under pressure. I am not controlled by emotion. I know who I am. And that is what earns instant respect. Summary. How to become someone people respect instantly. To be instantly respected, checkmark control your reactions. Checkmark speak slowly and clearly. Use short sentences. Hold your boundaries. Eliminate approval seeking. Stay calm under pressure. Don't rush. Don't overshare. Don't explain yourself unnecessarily. Treat yourself with respect. Be the stillness in the room. Respect is not something you demand. Respect is something you become, and when you embody quiet power, respect follows you everywhere. Chapter 16. Handling difficult people. Here's the truth. Difficult people are not your problem. Your reaction to difficult people is your problem. You can't change how other people behave, but you can change how much power they have over your mind. And once you learn to stay centered in front of toxic, aggressive, manipulative, or draining people, you become unstoppable. Handling difficult people is not about outsmarting them, out-arguing them, or overpowering them. It's about not letting them pull you out of your center. Quiet power is emotional jiu-jitsu. You don't fight force with force. You neutralize it with stillness. Let's break this down. Section 1. The 4 types of difficult people. Understanding the type helps you choose the strategy. 1. The aggressive, loud, dominant, intimidating. They use volume and force to control the interaction. 2. The manipulator, subtle, strategic, emotional. They try to twist your words or guilt you into doing something. 3. The victim, always suffering, always complaining. They drain your emotional energy and expect you to fix their world. 4. The passive-aggressive, indirect, sarcastic. They attack you quietly, hoping you'll react emotionally. Quiet power handles all 4 with the same principle. Do not match their energy, control the frame. Stay in your center. Section 2. The secret of control. Whoever controls the pace controls the interaction. Difficult people want one thing, to drag you into their pace. Aggressive people want fast reactions. Manipulators want emotional reactions. Victims want sympathetic reactions. Passive-aggressive people want defensive reactions. Your job is simple. Slow everything down. When you slow the pace, their power drops, their emotional momentum breaks, their tactics collapse, their control disappears. You take the lead. Calmness is dominance. Slowness is control. Section 3. How to handle aggressive people. Aggressive people rely on one strategy: intimidation. They raise their voice, they use force, they push, they demand, they dominate. Most people respond with fear, anger, defensiveness, rushing, emotional escalation. Quiet power does the opposite. Speak slower, speak quieter, hold eye contact, relaxed, not aggressive. Keep your body still. Use short sentences. Stay emotionally neutral. You project, I am not threatened. I don't play this game. I won't match your energy. Aggressive people lose their power when their energy isn't mirrored. They push. You stay still. Stillness wins. Section 4. How to handle manipulators. Manipulators try to twist your words, guilt-trip you, make you responsible for their feelings, confuse you, control the narrative. Quiet power counters manipulation with clarity, short, clean statements. Boundaries. No, that doesn't work for me. Neutrality. No emotional engagement. Questions. Manipulators can't handle direct questions. Examples. Them. If you cared, you would do this. You. Why? Them. You're making me feel guilty. You. I'm stating a boundary. Them. You're being difficult. You. What makes you say that? Manipulators lose power when you don't take the bait. Section 5. How to handle victims. Victims drain energy by needing constant emotional support. Quiet power handles this by empathy without emotional labor. I hear you. Boundaries without guilt. I can't help with that right now. Redirection. What do you think the solution is? Responsibility shift. What can you do about it? Victims expect you to carry their problems. Quiet power hands them back where they belong. Section 6. How to handle passive-aggressive people. Passive-aggressive behavior works only if you react emotionally. Quiet power answers sarcasm with neutral truth. Example. Them. Wow, must be nice to ignore everyone. You. I wasn't ignoring anyone. What did you need? Them. I guess some people don't care. You. I care. Tell me what's going on. Passive aggression is a smokescreen. Neutrality removes the smoke. Section 7. The power of not reacting to bait. Difficult people try to hook you. They poke, they provoke, they insult, they push buttons. This is bait. Your response? Don't bite, don't react, don't enter their emotional world. Every time you avoid the bait, you strengthen your identity. Every time you remain calm, you become untouchable. Every time you choose silence, you take the power back. Section 8. The 5-second rule of dominance. When someone speaks to you in a disrespectful or chaotic way, wait 5 seconds before responding. This does 3 things instantly. It breaks their emotional momentum. It signals you are in control. It gives your nervous system time to stay calm. Difficult people are allergic to silence. They expect emotional chaos. Quiet power gives them stillness. stillness wins. Section 9. The phrases that neutralize difficult people. Use these. I hear you. Short, neutral, stops escalation. That doesn't work for me. Boundary, no emotion. What exactly do you want? Breaks manipulation. Let's stay on the facts. Removes drama. I'm not available for this conversation right now. Protects your energy. We'll continue when things are calm. Breaks aggression. I'm choosing a different approach. Ends the argument. These sentences are calm, controlled, and powerful. Section 10. When you master difficult people. Once you learn this skill, nobody can intimidate you. Nobody can emotionally manipulate you. Nobody can drain you. Nobody can provoke you. Nobody can throw you off center. You become calm, clear, still, strong, untouchable. People will talk differently to you. People will respect you more. People will think twice before crossing boundaries. People will follow your emotional pace. People will adjust to your energy because quiet power turns difficult people into powerless people. Summary: handling difficult people. To handle difficult people, control the pace. Stay emotionally neutral. Use short sentences. Keep boundaries firm. Don't match their energy. Don't react to bait. Use silence. Stay calm. Stay grounded. Stay centered. Difficult people lose control the moment you stay in control. Quiet power is not about fighting. It's about not being moved. And when you stop being moved, you stop being controlled. Chapter 17. Emotional maturity. Here's the truth. You don't become powerful by controlling the world. You become powerful by controlling yourself. Emotional maturity is the art of responding instead of reacting, of staying grounded instead of overwhelmed, of choosing clarity instead of chaos. It is quiet power in its purest form. Most people aren't emotionally mature, not because they are weak, but because no one teaches this. You will learn it now. Section 1. What emotional immaturity looks like. Emotional immaturity is not about age. It's about reactivity. Here are the signs. Taking everything personally, getting offended easily, being defensive, needing to be right, needing validation, losing control in conflict, blaming others, avoiding responsibility, mood swings, reacting too fast, arguing emotionally, letting small things ruin your day. Emotional immaturity feels like, I can't handle this. This is too much. This is unfair. Why is this happening to me? Quiet power transforms this. Section 2. What emotional maturity looks like. Emotionally mature people don't get triggered easily. Don't take everything personally. Don't rush to respond. Don't lose their center. Don't need to win every argument. Don't need constant reassurance. Don't run from discomfort. Don't blame others for their emotions. Instead, they observe their emotions, manage their reactions, stay calm under pressure, take responsibility, choose their response, understand themselves, remain grounded, stay in control, communicate clearly, hold boundaries, lead the emotional tone. Being emotionally mature does not mean feeling less. It means being less ruled by your feelings. Section 3. The 3 levels of emotional control. Emotional maturity grows in 3 stages. Level 1. Noticing. You see the emotion appear. I feel angry. I feel anxious. I feel triggered. Awareness is half the victory. Level 2. Slowing down. You create a pause between the feeling and the action. A breath, a moment, a reset. Level 3. Choosing. You decide, how do I want to respond? Not, how do I feel like responding? This is emotional adulthood. Section 4. The quiet power emotion. Reset. Use this anytime you feel overwhelmed. Step 1. Pause. 1 second of stillness. Step 2. Lower your breath. Slow inhale. Long exhale. Step 3. Relax your body. Shoulders down. Jaw loose. Hands unclenched. Step 4. Name the emotion. I'm feeling anger. I'm feeling fear. I'm feeling shame. Naming the emotion reduces its control by half. Step 5. Choose your response. Calm, clear, grounded. This turns emotional chaos into emotional command. Section 5. Stop taking everything personally. Emotional immaturity says, they insulted me, they attacked me, they disrespected me. Emotional maturity says, they're projecting. They're overwhelmed. They're emotional. They're insecure. They're not centered. Most people's behavior is not about you. It's about their triggers, their fears, their insecurities, their stories. When you stop personalizing everything, you stop suffering unnecessarily. This is emotional freedom. Section 6. Stop running from discomfort. Emotionally immature people avoid discomfort at all costs. Difficult conversations, difficult emotions, difficult decisions, difficult truths, difficult responsibilities. Emotionally mature people move toward discomfort. Why? Because discomfort is where strength is built. Quiet power teaches, if it scares me, there is a reason to face it. Every time you confront discomfort, you grow. Every time you avoid it, you shrink. Section 7. The rule of emotional responsibility. Here is the strongest emotional rule. You are responsible for your emotions, even when someone else triggered them. This does not mean you blame yourself. It means you choose your response. You choose your story. You choose your meaning. You choose your energy. You choose your boundaries. You choose your attention. Responsibility equals control. Blame equals bondage. Section 8. How emotionally mature people speak. Emotionally mature communication sounds like, here's how I see it. Here's what I need. Here's what I'm choosing. Let me think before responding. I'm not available for this tone. Let's focus on facts. I hear you. I understand. No, this doesn't work for me. Emotionally immature communication sounds like, you always, you never, you made me feel. Why are you doing this to me? It's your fault. I can't deal with this. You don't care. The difference is self-control. Emotionally mature language creates respect. Emotionally immature language creates chaos. Section 9. What emotional maturity feels like. This is the transformation. You feel calmer. You feel less reactive. You feel grounded in conversations. You feel control in conflict. You feel clarity under pressure. You feel independent from others' moods. You feel steady even when challenged. You feel confident in your own decisions. Nothing feels as powerful as emotional maturity. It is inner strength that no one can take from you. Summary: emotional maturity. To become emotionally mature, observe your emotions. Pause before reacting. Control your physiology. Choose your response. Stop taking everything personally. Face discomfort. Own your emotional world. Speak calmly. Protect your boundaries. Stay centered. Emotional maturity is the foundation of quiet power. Without emotional maturity, confidence collapses. With emotional maturity, confidence becomes unshakable, and this is where your transformation accelerates. Chapter 18. The Stoic Mind for Modern Life. 2,000 years ago, the world was brutal, dangerous, unpredictable. Yet somehow, men like Marcus Aurelius, Epictetus, and Seneca developed a level of calm that most people today never reach. Why? Because they mastered the one thing modern people ignore: their mind. Not the world, not other people, not circumstances, not outcomes, their mind. In a world that was louder, harsher, and more chaotic than ours, they achieved something rare: unshakable inner peace. This chapter brings their timeless principles into modern life, so you can use them every single day. Section 1. Stoic Rule Number 1. You control almost nothing except your response. The Stoics divided life into two categories. 1. What you can control. 2. Everything else. What you control. Your mind. Your choices. Your reactions. Your words. Your actions. Your attitude. Your interpretations. Your focus. What you don't control. Other people. The past. The future. Circumstances. Outcomes. Luck. Timing. External events. Modern people suffer because they try to control what is not theirs. Stoics mastered life by focusing on only what is theirs. This gives you peace immediately. Section 2. Stoic Rule Number 2. Your thoughts create your reality. The Stoics taught, your mind is dyed by the color of your thoughts. Think in anger, you live in anger. Think in fear, you live in fear. Think in scarcity, you live in scarcity. But if you choose thoughts of calm, strength, gratitude, responsibility, clarity. Your entire world changes instantly. Modern people wait to feel better. Stoics choose thoughts that make them better. This is power. Section 3. Stoic rule. Number 3. Most of your pain is self-created. The event is not the suffering. The story about the event is the suffering. Traffic is neutral. A delay is neutral. A comment is neutral. An outcome is neutral. Your interpretation creates your emotion. Your story creates your reaction. Change the story, and the emotion changes. Modern life seems stressful because modern minds create stressful narratives. Quiet power teaches you to rewrite the narrative. Section 4. Stoic rule number 4. Nothing external can make you angry without your permission. Seneca wrote, "The greatest power is to be in control of yourself. No insult can hurt you unless you decide it matters. No disrespect can shake you unless you accept the sting. No situation can overwhelm you unless you surrender your control. Anger is not caused by other people. Anger is caused by your belief that they have power over your emotions. The Stoic mind reclaims that power." Section 5. Stoic rule number 5. Hardship is your greatest teacher. Stoics didn't avoid difficulty. They didn't fear discomfort. They didn't panic in crisis. They used hardship as training. Seneca said, "A gem cannot be polished without friction." Marcus Aurelius said, "The obstacle becomes the way." Modern people want an easy life. Stoics want a strong life. Strength comes from adversity, challenge, discomfort, uncertainty, loss, pressure, responsibility. Quiet power grows exactly where most people quit. Section 6. Stoic rule number 6. You must hold yourself to a higher standard. Modern thinking encourages, do whatever you feel, follow your emotions, react however you want, demand comfort. Stoicism demands the opposite. Control yourself. Discipline your reactions. Choose clarity. Stay calm. Act with virtue. Lead yourself. Self-respect grows when you expect more from yourself than the world expects from you. This is the core of quiet power. Section 7. Stoic rule number 7. Focus on character, not image. Most people today are obsessed with how they look, how they are perceived, how many followers they have, how many people approve of them, whether they seem successful. Stoics preferred integrity, virtue, responsibility, kindness, discipline, clarity, courage, wisdom. Your character is the only thing that cannot be taken from you. Build that, not the mask. Section 8. Stoic rule number 8. Don't let emotions hijack your mind. Stoics didn't suppress emotions. They simply refused to be owned by them. Your emotion is not the problem. Your obedience to it is. Feel the emotion, but don't let it decide your actions. Feel the fear, but don't let it run the show. Feel the anger, but pause before speaking. Feel the sadness, but don't drown in it. Emotions are weather. You are the sky. The sky doesn't react to storms. It allows them to pass. Section 9. Stoic rule number 9. Silence is strength. Stoic leaders spoke less, listened more, and chose their words carefully. Silence was not weakness. It was discipline. Silence gives you clarity, control, authority, presence, emotional space, awareness, power. People respect the person who doesn't need to react instantly. Quiet power is born in silence. Section 10. The Stoic mind in modern life. When you think like a Stoic, daily problems shrink. Emotional drama loses power. You stop taking things personally. You stop chasing outcomes. You stop fearing the future. You start leading yourself. You stay calm under pressure. You become unshakable. A Stoic mind is a fortress, and once your mind becomes a fortress, your life becomes peaceful. Summary: the Stoic mind for modern life. To live with a Stoic mind, focus only on what you can control. Choose your thoughts intentionally. Rewrite your story. Refuse to be ruled by anger. Embrace hardship. Build character. Stay disciplined. Prioritize integrity. Protect your peace. Use silence as strength. The Stoics didn't escape life. They mastered it. And now, so do you. Chapter 19. Building the Quiet Power Identity. Here's the truth. You can learn techniques. You can learn principles. You can learn strategies. But nothing changes until you change. Quiet power is not a skill you add. It's an identity you become. People follow identity. People respect identity. People listen to identity. And your identity becomes strong the moment you decide, I am done being the old version of myself. Let's build the new one. Section 1. Identity is a decision, not a discovery. Most people wait for change. They say, I hope I become more confident. I hope I get better at speaking. I hope I stop reacting emotionally. I hope people treat me differently. Stoic truth. Identity is not something you find. Identity is something you choose. You decide who you are, and then you act like it. Not someday, not later, not when the world cooperates, but now. Identity shifts in a moment. Habits solidify it over time. Section 2. The old identity must die first. Before you become the new version of yourself, you must let go of the old one. The old identity is built on insecurity, overthinking, approval-seeking, emotional reactivity, over-explaining, weak boundaries, fear of judgment, inconsistent behavior, lack of focus, low standards. This version of you has done enough. It protected you. It survived. It carried you through your past, but it cannot take you into your future. Quiet power begins when you finally say, I'm done being this version of me. That sentence is the funeral of the old identity. Section 3. Who you become from now on. Quiet power identity has 3 pillars. 1. Calm. Your nervous system is your leadership. Your calmness sets the emotional tone for every interaction. 2. Clarity. You know your values, your boundaries, your priorities, your vision, your standards, your voice. Clarity removes confusion from your life. 3. Consistency. Your words, actions, and decisions match who you say you are. People respect consistency more than intelligence or confidence. Calm, clarity, consistency. This is the identity people follow. Section 4. The Quiet Power Standard. To build an identity, you must build a standard. I speak with intention. I choose my reactions. I do not chase approval. I honor my boundaries. I stay calm under pressure. I act with discipline. I lead myself first. I do not lower my standards for anyone. I am responsible for my emotions. I do not break my word. Your standard is your identity. Identity is built one standard at a time. Section 5. How quiet power changes your behavior. When your identity changes, your behavior naturally shifts with it. You start speaking less, speaking slower, pausing more, listening deeper, reacting calmer, thinking clearer, enforcing boundaries, protecting your energy, eliminating toxic influences, focusing on what matters, letting go of what doesn't. Identity makes discipline easy. You no longer try to change your behavior. Your behavior simply follows who you are. Section 6. The new inner voice. Your inner voice becomes different. The old voice said, I hope they like me. I hope I don't mess up. What do they think of me? Why did they say that? I need them to approve. The quiet power voice says, I know who I am. I choose my response. I don't need approval. I speak with intention. I protect my peace. I stand by my standards. I do not chase validation. Identity rewrites the inner voice automatically. Section 7. How to embody the new identity daily. Here is the quiet power identity ritual. Morning. Claim it. Say, today, I am calm. I am clear. I am consistent. Throughout the day, act it. Ask yourself, how would the quiet power version of me respond right now? Evening. Study it. Reflect. When did I stay in my center? When did I lose it? What did I learn? Identity is a system, not a moment. Section 8. The rule of self-respect. Your identity becomes unshakable when you follow one rule. Never break a promise you make to yourself. Even the smallest promises. Waking up on time, speaking calmly, pausing before reacting, staying true to your boundaries, completing the tasks you set, honoring your attention, protecting your peace. Every kept promise builds identity. Every broken promise weakens it. Identity is built brick by brick. Self-respect is the mortar. Section 9. Who you become after this transformation. The quiet power version of you. Speaks clearly, thinks deeply, reacts slowly, listens calmly, holds boundaries firmly, moves with confidence, stands with integrity, walks with presence, leads through stillness, inspires without noise, and most importantly, you no longer depend on the world to feel strong. You carry strength within yourself. Summary. Building the quiet power identity. To build your new identity. Let the old version die. Claim your new standards. Lead with calmness. Choose clarity. Live with consistency. Keep your promises. Rewrite your inner voice. Act like the person you want to become. Protect your peace. Speak with intention. Identity is destiny, and you have just rewritten yours. This is who you are now. Chapter 20. The final transformation. Take a breath. Slow, deep, steady. Listen carefully now, because everything you've learned is not a collection of ideas. It's a doorway into a different life and a different version of you. Most people finish books and stay exactly the same. Why? Because they learn, but they don't become. Quiet power isn't knowledge. Quiet power is identity. Quiet power is presence. Quiet power is strength. Quiet power is you now. Let's complete your transformation. Section 1. You are not who you were. The person who pressed play on this audiobook is not the person who is listening right now. You've shed layers, let go of illusions, learned silence, claimed boundaries, mastered calmness, built presence, strengthened your voice, reshaped your identity. You've stopped chasing approval. You've stopped reacting emotionally. You've stopped explaining yourself endlessly. You've stopped living on other people's terms. You've become centered, grounded, clear. You have begun the most powerful journey any person can take. The journey back to yourself. Section 2. You now carry a new kind of strength. Not loud strength, not aggressive strength, not performative strength, but a deeper strength. A strength that stays quiet but moves mountains. A strength that doesn't need to shout to be heard. A strength that doesn't need validation to feel real. A strength that says, I am here, I am grounded, I am enough. This strength is calm, steady, still, and unshakable. Section 3. Your silence is now a choice. Before this book, your silence came from fear, from insecurity, from doubt, from anxiety, from not knowing what to say. Now, your silence is power. You pause because you choose to. You speak because it matters. You listen with presence. You control the emotional pace your silence leads. Your silence stabilizes. Your silence sets the tone. Your silence is your authority. Section 4. Your voice is no longer timid. You no longer speak halfway. You no longer weaken your words with apologies, fillers, softness, or doubt. You speak slowly. You speak clearly. You speak intentionally. You speak with confidence that doesn't try too hard. Your voice is no longer something you hide. Your voice is something you stand in, because now you own every word you say. Section 5. You've regained control of your emotions. Anger doesn't run you. Fear doesn't own you. Stress doesn't blind you. Chaos doesn't shake you. You respond. You choose. You interpret. You stay centered. You've built the emotional muscle that most people never develop. You've become the calm presence in a loud world. Section 6. Your boundaries are now clear and firm. You don't let people walk over you. You don't allow disrespect. You don't allow manipulation. You don't allow emotional chaos into your internal world. You are open, but not exposed. You are kind, but not permissive. You are patient, but not passive. You've built a life where your peace is protected. Section 7. You have become the leader of yourself. This is the highest form of leadership. Not leading others, leading yourself. controlling your reactions, maintaining your standards, choosing your thoughts, directing your attention, acting with clarity, speaking with intention, moving with purpose. You no longer drift. You lead, and people feel that leadership even in your silence. Section 8. The old you is gone. Let this sink in. You are not returning to the old version of you. You will not shrink again. You will not chase approval again. You will not lose yourself in noise again. You will not sacrifice your peace again. You will not allow chaos into your mind again. The old identity is finished. Quiet power has taken its place. Section 9. The new path ahead. From this moment forward, you walk slower, you speak calmer, you breathe deeper, you listen longer, you react less, you choose wisely, you stay centered, you hold your standards, you respect yourself, you move with presence, you communicate with intention. And because of this, people will treat you differently, people will listen more carefully, people will respect you faster, people will follow your energy, people will trust your leadership, people will feel your presence. Your external world will change because your internal world changed first. Section 10. Quiet power is who you are now. This is not the end of a book. This is the beginning of a new version of you. A calmer version, a clearer version, a stronger version, a more grounded version, a more confident version, a more respected version, a more intentional version. Quiet power is not something you use. Quiet power is something you become. And you have become it. Take a breath. Feel the stillness settling inside you. This is your new baseline. This is your new identity. This is quiet power.